Good day, my lovely people. Welcome back to Grace Fashion House. Today we'll be making use of this material, this Kampala material, very beautiful material for boubou dress. First of all, we'll be cutting out the material we needed. The length of the person I'm working with is 16 inches. So we cut out 16 inches in two places. We'll also be adding the seam allowance. I will first of all measure 16 inches. That's the length of the person's gown, the gown length, 16 inches. I will measure 16 inches in two places, and I will be adding 1 inch for seam allowance. 60 inches plus 1. I said I'll be measuring 16 inches in two places plus 1 inch, which we'll be using for the second 16 inches, then plus 1 inch for seam allowance. In a nutshell, I measured the length of the person's gown length twice. I also added seam allowance 2 inches. 2 inches. Now look at the way we'll be folding it. We'll bring this end to meet up with this. We'll bring the two ends together like this. Place it on my table. And also fold it like this. I've already folded it into 2. Now I'll be folding it into 4, front and back together. I'll be folding the front and the back together. I make sure everything aligns. I first folded it into 2, now into 4. I make sure everything aligns. We are cutting both the front and the back panel together. Now the first thing we'll be doing is, now I will be making use of everything, because I'll be making use of everything I have here, which is 23 inches, because it's cut together with sleeve. We'll be cutting the sleeve together with boubou dress. Now I have 23 and a quarter, 23.25 inches here. And don't forget the length is 16 inches. We added 2 inches. The remaining 2 inches for seam allowance. Now I'll be using 3.5 inches for the neck width. 3.5 inches for the neck width. And I will be using 4 inches for the front neckline. I don't want it to be too wide. 4 inches. Then I'll connect the lines together. 3.5 inches for the width and 4 inches for the depth. And I will also be opening the front neckline. Because of the opening, let me reduce this to 3 inches. Let me reduce this to 3 inches. Then the slit will be 4 inches. Altogether, we'll be having 7 inches. 3 inches for the depth of the front neckline. I will now connect it to the 3.5 inches width. Also 4 inches for the slit, for the opening at the front. By the time I'm cutting it, I will slit here. I'll be slitting from these 3 inches down to the 4 inches here. Altogether at the front will be having 7 inches. I'll be marking 10 inches for my chest line, for the chest line. That is where I'll be taking the bust measurement. I don't know if you can see the chalk very well because it's somehow blend with the material. But please look closely. The waistline is 18 inches. 18 inches for the waistline. And for the hip line, I'll come down by 8 inches from the waistline. On the chest line now, I'll be marking the quarter of the bust measurement. The bust measurement is 40 inches. 40 inches divided by 10, by 4 will give me 10 inches. 10 inches. I will add 1 inch for free movement. Altogether, I'll be adding 3 inches because it's a boubou dress. It has to be free. I added 3 inches to the measurements. 40 divided by 4 gives me 10, and I added 3 inches to that 10. Altogether, I have 13 inches here. On the waistline, the waist is 36 inches. 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 inches. 9 inches plus 3 inches. Altogether, I'll be having 12 inches here. 12. And on the hip line, our hip measurement is 42 inches. 42 divided by 4 will give me 10.5 inches. 10.5 inches. I will be adding 3 inches to it. What I have here at the hip, on the hip measurement, for the hip measurement is what I will take down. Let me measure it. I have 13.5. That is what I will take to the end of the fabric, to the hem line. Connect the lines together. I'll connect the lines together. To the hip line, down to the hem line. At the hem line here, I'll be coming up by 4 inches. 4 inches. I don't want it to be straight at the hem line. I want it to be curved a little bit. So from down here, from the down part here, I'll come up by 4 inches. and I'll connect it. I'll curve it. I'll curve it like this. From that 4 inches, I'll curve it back to this place. And because it's a boubou dress, we'll be repeating the same thing we did here on the other parts. We'll be repeating the same thing here at the other side. So I'll be using my office pin to connect it to the other side so that I will know where I chop at the back at every point. Now I've used office pin. I've pinned it down with office pin so that I'll be able to know how to mark it at the other side without remeasuring. I'll turn it to the other side like this. I'll turn it to the other side like this. This is my chest line, the first pin. Yes. So from here now, connect it to the other pin. Also connect it back to the other pin. By that, we have everything we have at the other side. From the chest line to the waistline to the hip and down to the end of the fabric. Then let's turn it back for cutting now. Let's cut it out. I want to start from just leave it like that, but I want this place to be somehow curved at the down parts. That is the reason why we mark that 4 inches to the upper part. We leave it like that. We will not be trimming this because it's a boubou dress. We only sew on our markings. We only sew where we have the chokings, where we mark from the chest line down to the end of the fabric. Now we come to the neckline. I told you we'll be using 3 inches, 3.5 inches for the width, 3 inches for the neck depth of the front panel, and also we extended it to 7 inches. We added another 4 inches for the slits. Altogether here we have 7 inches. But for the back neckline, I'll be making use of 2 inches. For the line, I'll be making use of 2 inches. So I'll connect from these 3.5 inches for the width to these 2 inches. So I'll cut the back. I'll first of all cut the back panel, which is 2, the back neckline. I'll cut it together. Now I've already cut out the 2 inches for the back neckline, so I'll be separating the fabric now in order to cut the front neckline. At this point, you must not do any mistake at all. So I will cut out the 3 inches. The 4 inches for the slits now, we'll be opening it. I'll be slitting the 4 inches. So this is the 4 inches for the front slit, and this is the back panel. I'll be using another material for facing. I'll be using one material for facing. So this is what we chop. From here now, we sew it on at the right side. This is how we will sew it. Sew it from here down. And also we come to this side. We sew this. We have this one like this. After we might have finished sewing it. Now look at the down part. You can see that the down part is not straight. Because of that 4 inches, we slanted. Look at it, how beautiful it's looking. So after sewing it, you will see how it will look like. So the next thing for us to do now is to cut out the material, the black material we'll be using for facing, to turn the front neckline. My beautiful people, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, what are you still waiting for? Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, Grace Fashion House. Like my videos, share it with your loved ones and family members. Comments, let me know what you feel about my video. I will answer you. And also share my video. Share my video, please. I love you all. Thanks so much. Now the next thing now is for us to cut the facing. I cut out the black material for facing at the front. I also use it to tape the sides round. This is the end result. I've also sewn the sides of the clothes. Thanks for watching to the end. Bye for now. I love you all.